Alright, so for week 8 of winter anime, damn, where do you start? There's just like more story progressions happening. Just like sick action scenes from Jujutsu Kaisen, as well as just like great kind of emotional stories. It seems like the shows are doing a good job, just like spicing up the story and giving good character background explanations. So, yeah, I appreciate those. So, yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for Attack on Titan, the final season, episode 12. I thought this would be more of like an explanation type of episode, mainly because it started with Armin hanging out in the military base talking to Annie's crystallized form, and then Hitch just kind of called him out on it. She made a fourth wall breaking joke on why Annie is so popular even though she is sleeping all the time. So yeah, I thought it'd be more of that, just like explaining how the military worked their plans. But no, Armin and Mikasa, they were talking to the Supreme Commander. He's kind of like that old dude with the big beard that just like commands the army and like, does all the kind of puts people in jail, like starts all the courtroom stuff. So he's like that big, like strong dude that like everyone kind of respects in the army. But yeah, as Armin and Mikasa, they're talking to him, just like, oh, can we see Eren? Because like maybe we can convince him of what's happening, what's wrong. But then he's like, nah, we got other plans. Like he might have some insiders in the military, so it's too dangerous for us to let him see you. So yeah, they walk away. Mikasa's kind of sad, but Armin, he's like, you got to think about this. Like they might replace Eren because they believe that Eren is working on the background with Zeke. So like the Jaeger brothers are gonna like have some plan to fight the world, use the rumbling or whatever. So yeah, they exit kind of disappointedly while some other scouts visit him. So just as I thought, like, oh, damn, well, we can't see Eren again. He's still locked up. They bomb the building. Zachary dies. Armin and Mikasa are kind of like safely away from the explosion, but like they just saw Zachary, they left, and then the scouts and Zachary, they just like died. So this episode just popped off out of nowhere. So I guess Eren's forces, they're just like starting some like revolution. So it's explained what happens, and even before that, we get kind of a talk with Yelena, mainly because she was also involved with Eren being part of the revolutionary group to fight Marley. Yeah, Pixis was kind of interrogating Yelena, because he's like a pretty cool dude. He knows how to like get in your skin, know when you're lying. So Yelena reveals that she just wanted to see Eren, like, kind of give him a push. Like she didn't tell him, yo, commit war crimes and destroy all these innocent civilians. But she's like, the military are dragging their feet on this rumbling thing. It might be too late. So you need to do something to kind of like encourage them. So then, yeah, we know Yelena is kind of simping for Zeke. So I guess she's also like wants to see Eren do the plan as well. So yeah, Yelena is kind of the main traitor to like encourage Eren to kickstart his plan. We don't really know how true this is, but yeah, we just know that Yelena is part of kind of the revolutionists. So then after that, they just have to deal with Zachary just straight up dying, him getting blown up. I think Hanj is talking to Onyan Capone. She wants to know if any of the other people that came from the island 3 years ago, if anyone else was in on the plan. But not Onyan Capone doesn't know anything about this revolutionary stuff, because he reveals that how Yelena is kind of she was pretty sadistic. She wanted to kill people that didn't agree with their plan to align with Zeke. We really know that she's like super interested in Zeke. So yeah, that's probably her main driving force. And then yeah, Onyan Capone, all the scouts are like good, but then this is the big thing. So after the explosion, all of the like people that supported Eren, there's like maybe over 100 of them. Most of them are scouts, but some of them are also part of the army and other forces, and they want to have Eren lead because yeah, he's the attack titan. He has the founder titan's abilities, and then he's just like the one to kind of give them freedom. So yeah, Flock is there, as well as just like the everyone that kind of like supported Eren. They all broke out of jail. Eren, this is like the cool scene. I know it's like an iconic scene, so now it's animated. Eren kind of he's all shirtless, walking kind of in the outskirts of the city somewhere with all the people. And then to give him a jacket, he just puts on the jacket, does a stylish pose, and yeah, that's like his big change of character. So yeah, we know Eren was a savage starting from the season, but now it's like he's a savage and he's also like the military revolutionary leader. He leads a group of terrorists that are named Jaegerists. So yeah, him and his Jaegerists, they're probably looking for the well-being of the island, but they also want to fight. So I'm interested on where they'll go. I guess their mission right now is to find Zeke, because Zeke is hidden. He's with Levi and a bunch of other scouts. Hanj and everyone else, they have like a big military meeting, and then they're like kind of blaming Hanj and the scouts because yeah, most of the scouts are like defective. So it's just like a bunch of chaos. Mikasa, her and Armin are just like in shock. They don't know what Eren is trying to do. And then after all of this, Pictius comes in, and he's like, "Okay, we gotta stop. We can't just fight amongst ourselves. We can't have like this civil war happening. All right, Eren bombed exactly. Like we don't really know the whole deal of what happened, but we know that him and his Jaegerists are trying to like fight. So then we have to kind of support him. Okay, like." His plan, he's looking for Zeke. All right, let's work with him. So, because if they fight amongst themselves, there's gonna be a lot of blood loss, which they can't really afford since they're like a small island. So basically, they're just gonna forget that Zackley died. You know, it's sad, it's tragic. He's like the OG military leader, but yeah, he did die. Pictius is kind of like the one giving the commands now, and he's like, yeah, let's work with Eren. Even though he kind of overstepped his bounds a lot, he made his point. So yeah, just like more tension happening. I really enjoyed the escalation of this episode. Just, oh, you expect more chill vibes, more explanations, but not. Just now we get action. So yeah, I guess the mission now is for most of the scouts: Hanj, Mikasa, Armin, Connie, and John. They're all like looking for Eren. They think Eren's goal is to find Historia and Zeke and like do their secret plan. Like we know Eren is hatching something. Okay, he's not trying to rely on the rumbling. So yeah, Eren's trying to do something. You know, at the end they're teasing stuff because we see like the music kind of pops off a little, just like the Attack on Titan like tension music, because I got kind of scared because I'm like, wow, I'm not prepared for this. The episode's just ending. But yeah, the reveals were just that Peak is hiding. She's actually infiltrated the island, so I guess it's pretty easy to infiltrate the island now. I guess looking for intel. So definitely the other dudes are probably on the island as well. So I'm kind of curious. There's gonna be a fight, but then are they gonna rescue the kids, Gabby and Falco? Because they're also there at the Marleyan restaurant. So yeah, it's kind of curious where everything's going. Eren, I really dig Eren being like the kind of leader of his faction and doing his plan. Shinjo Sasageo. Okay, so for Wonder Egg Priority, episode 7, it's a Riko backstory episode. Pretty interesting because she's like the third girl we saw, so I thought we'd get kind of Naru backstory before this, where we kind of got hers, but not like in depth. So yeah, Rika's kind of cool. She is like the kind of level-headed person where she's like very self-interested, but she also wants to take care of her friends. We can tell that she has kind of like a troubled past, and here it's like explained. So it's her birthday, and then we see her mom. She's like an alcoholic, and they own a bar. So like I guess Rika doesn't like her mom, and explained why, because her mom just like she doesn't know who her dad is. Her mom like gave her a picture of 5 men back in the day, and she's like, one of them must be your dad, but I'm not sure. So yeah, Rika doesn't like how her mom is so like kind of carefree and kind of like a hoe. So yeah, she wants to look out for her dad. I guess like yeah, I don't know what finding her dad would resolve, but it'll just like that's like one of her goals. So yeah, her and her mom don't have the best relationship, so yeah, that's always on her mind. She's also cutting herself, so she doesn't like the world she's living in, where like you know the women of her life are just like very troubled. She doesn't have like a stable home relationship. She's just living her life kind of without any rules. So yeah, after that, the girls kind of converge in the egg world. They're chilling in there, so like there's kind of like a lobby area where they relax. Cause they're also celebrating Rika's birthday, and going to the school for the first time. She has her like school uniform and stuff, so it's like a big kind of milestone for her. Since she missed so much time off, people just like treat her the same, but it's fine because she has friends outside of school. Rika is also there. They're celebrating her birthday, but then she kind of hits them with the uncomfortable situation where she like shows them the pictures of her possible fathers, and she's like, "Oh, which one of these dudes look like he could be my dad?" And then yeah, they don't really know how to answer. So Neru kind of hits her with the cold like kind of reality where she's like, "Hey, you hate your mom, and then she doesn't really want you too, but then you guys kind of still live with each other. Isn't that called codependence? Where like you both still need each other even if you don't like each other." And then that's probably like hit the nail on the head since Rika got angry at that and ran away. I talks to her because like they both have single mothers, so they can kind of relate to each other. But yeah, Rika seems to be on like a downward spiral, more suicidal thoughts and cutting herself. So yeah, after that like heavy stuff happens, they go back to the egg world. The new egg girl she's trying to save, she kind of has a scar on her face, and it's revealed she and her family killed herself because they listened to this like cult leader who like says, "Oh, you should guide yourself to the cosmos by like giving up all your worldly possessions." Her mom was sick and her dad had like a bad time at his job, so they're like, "Yeah, let's give up all our worldly possessions. Let's listen to this dude." And then they all killed themselves by listening to them. Rika calls them stupid because it's just like you got swindled by like this cult leader who just like took all your money probably and told you to kill yourself. But yeah, even though Rika says this, it's like the girl she's trying to save, like she's trying to protect the Wonder Killer, who's like the cult leader, with like a bunch of like syringes and like spikes on his arms. So like she tells Rika, "I know you cut yourself. Like you should just give up and listen to this dude. Let him guide you to the cosmos." And it's funny because Rika actually kind of gives up because it's like, "Oh, this dude, like you have a lot of problems, but this dude will make your problems go away." So she stops and she kind of admits herself to death. You see like the dude trying to cut her like scars, and it's like, "Oh, you see, it doesn't hurt anymore." So yeah, kind of like a heavy type of scene so far. It's just like, damn, Rika might actually die right here. She's just giving up. But then as the dude tries to like finish her off, stab her, the turtle comes and rescues her familiar. So that yeah, she sees that like the turtle sees her as the mother. The turtle wants to protect Rika, doesn't want her to die. So then Rika realizes that there's like stuff worth living for. Even if you hate everything, there's still like some value in like having a mother. So yeah, she defeats the Wonder Killer. Just like jumps around. Cool action scene. She like flies on the turtle and slices up the cult leader. So yeah, I'm happy we had another great fight in the egg world. But then yeah, after that, the kind of cool thing in the ending was Rika admits to her mom that she takes the cake from the fridge, and she's kind of nice to her mom now. She's like, "Oh, I might leave you one day, but today's not that day." So it's like they kind of established that they both like, they're in a bad relationship, even though they're both trying. Now Rika will actually like see that her mother is still her mother. So yeah, even if she's drunk, even if all this is happening, like it kind of strengthens their relationship for now. So I guess a well-needed Rika backstory episode. I kind of like how simple but powerful these episodes are, just showing you these characters that are established and just like giving you real life stuff like family issues, suicide, like cults. Every episode is pretty solid in setting up like this egg world plot point where just like girls commit suicide, and then showing you like the different ways that like people have struggles. So yeah, I'm assuming more girl backstories are gonna happen if we follow this trend. And yeah, I hope everyone gets a happy ending. Also, speaking of happy endings, Jujutsu Kaisen episode 20, we have the fight just like escalating to the finish where it was really fun because mostly all the good guys just showed out, as well as Gojo coming in to break the barrier. So it's like everyone is kind of flexing and just like a really fun just ending finish to this fight. Just the action escalates and nothing tragic happens. I know I was kind of like scared because you know how Junpei died earlier. I was like, damn, people are fair game. But yeah, this was a pretty cool episode. Just I think we had 2 new songs as well, just like playing. So like the OST is just like fire, and then they're just adding more to it. Like I can't believe it. It's kind of like the pop techno new like style of anime battle music, but it's like amazing. And then Yeah, it starts off with Toto just like showing off his Jujutsu power since he didn't use it before, and he does it. It's very easy to use, which I like, and it just like kind of like fits into his character where it's just like fun, goofy, whatever, and then he can like use his battle intellect to like manipulate it. So it's basically teleportation, where he can swap his body with someone else's body by just clapping his hands. So he does this, and then him and Yuji can just team up on Hanami. And then when Hanami tries to hit someone, they like switch places, so it's like her attack misses. And then yeah, they're just beating up on Hanami. We also get a bit of Toto's backstory. By a bit, I mean like literally 10 seconds, so not too much. Where it's like he when he was a kid, he beat up some bullies, and then there was this like blonde girl in a motorcycle who asked him, "Hey, what kind of girl do you like?" And I guess this girl kind of led him to the path of being a jujutsu sorcerer because it looked like she was also a jujutsu sorcerer. But it was weird. It's just like some random woman, and like Toto, he's like I don't know, maybe 12 years old or something. So yeah, that's all we have of his backstory. Where this woman probably taught him about jujutsu sorcery, but we don't know how he got so strong. So yeah, while he's clapping and switching places, Yuji unleashes the Black Flash, and then we get some stuff coming from Kento, who's like, "Oh yeah, the Black Flash. You can do it consecutively because if you do it once, like it's hard to even do it once, but once you do it that one time by luck or skill, you can do consecutive ones, like by carrying that momentum. It's kind of called like the zone. Like so, if you do one Black Flash, you can keep going with it. So yeah, it's another level of the Black Flash, which I'm kind of happy of because like the Black Flash by itself seemed kind of like underwhelming. So yeah, Yuji does another Black Flash, and then he's in the zone. So he hits Hanami with 2, 3, 4 Black Flashes in a row, which that's the most Black Flashes, tied with Kento, where he also did 4 in a row in his past. So that's some good information to know. So Yuji right now, yeah, hits Hanami with the 4 Black Flashes. She's still pretty tough. Like she gets hit by all these things. Like her body's like a little weaker, but she's still like fighting. Like she's not defeated yet. So then Toto showing off his 530,000 battle IQ, where it's like in real time he's like playing with his powers and he's analyzing her powers. Where she has like her big vine roots that she can grow that attack you from long range. She has like these seed balls that throw like vines and attack you, and then she has the seeds that can like root into you and suck in your cursed energy. So Toto is just like analyzing the battle. You love to see it because yeah, that's how kind of fights go. It's like in real time you have to analyze your opponent before like defeating them. So yeah, Toto dodges her techniques, and then it was funny because like he was about to get hit by the seed sucking thing, so he tried to protect himself with cursed energy, and then he we see in his head in like a tenth of a second or even like 100th of a second, he's like, wait, if I use my cursed energy, they'll suck it out. So then he asked the idol girl what she thinks. It's funny because this is going on in his head, and then the idol girl is like telling him, "Hey, are you sure that's the right thing? Maybe you should not use any cursed energy, because it sucks onto your cursed energy." So he removes the cursed energy shield, and then all the seeds kind of deflect off his body. So it's funny to see how his mind works, where like the idol girl is just like talking to him in his head. So he finishes her off with the playful cloud, Maki's weapon. It was lying around. So yeah, it makes another comeback appearance, and then yeah, Hanami is just like kind of destroyed. But then she pulls out her left hand. So yeah, this hand is kind of it was a little weird because it wasn't explained. It just had a big rose on it. But apparently that rose takes the life out of plants, and then just like turns it into cursed energy. But none of that gets converted to Hanami. So like her arm has like kind of a life of its own, and she's about to hit him with like this big laser attack, and they can just dodge it by like Toto's swapping power. So she does her domain expansion, so they can't dodge it at all. But then right as she was about to do it, they get interrupted by Gojo, who destroys the barrier. We see him flying up in the air, analyzing the whole area. So all the villains know it's like, it's over now. We have to get out of here. Because yeah, Gojo, we know he's strong. We have not seen the full extent of his power, but we just know he's like extremely overpowered. Like you have no chance at beating him right now. So this was really awesome. Just like the fight escalated so much, and then Yeah, just Gojo there to interrupt everything, and everything's all happy. So he goes, he attacks the cult rack dude. I think his name is Juzo. And then he beats him very easily, but like he cuts off his arms and legs, but leaves him alive. But he seems really stupid, so he might not know a lot. And then there's also this blonde dude. He kind of has like the Titan markings on his head, and he has like a rapier, and he's like pretty strong. He was fighting Utahime, but then Nobara and Mai were coming through. They have a good duo showing, but then they don't fight because Gojo beat the barrier, so he just runs away. So yeah, weird blonde villain dude. Apparently he's a human and not a cursed spirit, but yeah, he's working with the villains, and then we just see him for 10 seconds and he runs away. So yeah, so much kind of cool stuff is being set up, like so many points that are probably gonna play a part in the future of this series. But yeah, right now we're just like getting teased. Yeah, so Gojo sees that that dude ran away somewhere, so he targets Hanami next. So he unleashes a new power. So you know his cursed reverse technique, red, he used it against Jugo, the volcano head dude earlier in the series. He combines that with blue. So he does his cursed technique red with his cursed technique blue, and he makes hollow purple, which is like a giant purple kind of a bomb that like he just directs in one direction, and it lasers the whole area, like for like I guess miles, and then I guess Hanami is struck in the beam of destruction, and just gets obliterated, but probably not since it wasn't really shown on screen, so Hanami probably escaped. But I guess this scene was just a Gojo fan service where like he pulled out his beautiful blue eyes and just unleashed his power. We don't really know his whole deal, but yeah, he can control colors now. He combined red with blue. He made a purple beam of destruction. Also, the OST here was amazing. New song they pulled out for that. But yeah, everything is good now. All the villains are gone, so they captured the coat rack guy, but that's pretty much it. It's revealed at the end though that Mahito stole a finger of Sukuna under all this chaos. So yeah, I guess their goal was have the teachers and stuff distracted by this tournament. They have to protect the kids. So now Mahito is there. He killed some guards, like, and he probably stole some fingers. It looked like he stole one finger, but like maybe he stole more. And yeah, that's kind of interesting because he can like use it to make someone stronger or like introduce a new villain. So yeah, Mahito with the fingers, like he's hatching up a plan. So overall, though, a great showing for the tournament. It like no one died, which was very cool, and then all the good guys showed off their power. But then we see that the villains are gonna continue their plans. So just like a cool action arc, like it really progressed the story very well. Where we just got introduced to a lot of characters and just like subtly introduced the villains' plans. So yeah, just like amazing ending to this arc. I love it. A few more episodes left to the end of the season, which is sad, but yeah, I'm excited for next episode since it's the baseball tournament. So I guess all the students are gonna be nice and friendly to each other, and then just a cool baseball episode to like continue their high school life. All right, so for ReZero Season 2, Part 2, Episode 8. Now Subaru, Garfield, and Otto, they're together, and they're heading to the mansion. So this is like the next step of Subaru's plan. They saved the sanctuary so far. It's not 100% saved yet, but as they do this, they need to go save the people at the mansion for now. So then Ram is also there. She's waiting for Amelia. And then she tells Amelia about Roswell, how he's all evil now, like he's getting possessed. So then Ram loves Roswell, but something's wrong with him. And he wants Amelia to win the royal selection to stop Roswell from acting all evil. So yeah, it seems like Ram is playing both sides though, because as Amelia is going to do the trial, she seems to work for Roswell as well. So it's like, you know, Ram, I don't know what your motivations are, but you seem good. Also, Amelia starts talking to Roswell because Roswell tries to like troll her, but then Amelia kind of counter trolls her because she's like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm acting like a queen. I know what I want. I'm gonna do the trials." And then I love Subaru as well. Roswell's like, Subaru's just like saying random stuff to you to kind of motivate you. He doesn't really love you. He loves to ideal you in his head. So, you know, Roswell's just talking some shit. But she's like, nah, like, I love Subaru and stuff, so it's all good. And then Roswell's like, I'm kind of similar to Subaru. We're both, like, kind of greedy. We know what we want. But then she's like, nah, if that's all you have, like, that you ain't shit. So Amelia, she's still kind of her nice personality, but now she's like more stuck up and like she's going for what she wants. She's being a little greedy now, which I like. So I guess Amelia's just like acting like a queen, and she's doing her trial again. I think she's going to the second trial, and then Ram is following Rosewall because Rosewall is using his power to make it snow. So yeah, we find out this is happening now. We knew that Rosewall made it snow before in the last season, part one, but the thing is, now we see how he's actually doing it. So he's going to like the Ryuzu statue, and then he's just like using his power. He's just like using most of his power to just like he's just using it to make it snow. So all the people at the sanctuary kind of hate Amelia for that. But then Ram interrupts him, and then she fights Rosewall with Puck. So yeah, Subaru calculated this in his plan. He's like, oh, we gotta get Ram to stop Rosewall. So yeah, Subaru's thinking deep. He really thought of all the plot points to like stop stuff. So I wonder how he stops the rabbits, since that's also a thing. But yeah, anyway, there's a fight in a mansion that Subaru and Garfield interrupt. Garfield, he fights off Elsa. She is like the assassin that wants your stomach. And then he meets up with his sister. So then they're both together. I guess a duo fight coming up. But then they have to save Ram. Subaru's also there saving the little maid. And Garfield's fighting with this like hand gauntlet shields, which is pretty cool. And we'll see if any problems arise. But so far, yes, it seems like Subaru knows what he's doing. Alright, so for Higurashi When They Cry, episodes 20 to 21. A lot of just like Rika Satoko story where we see why time is being looped again, why Satoko is suffering. And it's because Satoko went to Rika to the stuck-up girls' school, but then Satoko can't study, she has no friends, and then Rika is just like abandoning her for those stuck-up high school girls. So Satoko's really sad. She plays a prank on Rika to drop some some metal like plates on a chandelier on her friends to like humiliate them. But then someone actually gets hit in the head and gets all injured, so Satoko kind of runs away. And then she thinks Rika snitched on her because the teacher finds out like it was her. And then she gets locked in like this solitary confinement prison room to study, so just like a bunch of tragic shit is happening to Satoko. So just like she's still in the remedial class in her second year. And now Rika and Satoko are not friends at all. This is their second year at school, and just like life is not good for Satoko. But they're both having a letter to meet up because they're having a Hinamizawa get-together with all the club members. So we see Mion driving, as well as just like Satoko and Rika joining, and then they all go to play games with Keiichi and Rena. So it's nice to see them interact with each other again, but we know Satoko is just like her and Rika don't have any good relationship at all. They just hate each other because of just like the tragic school life. They both kind of dogged each other. But as they're hanging out, they have like a good day of being friends and playing games, like doing all the punishments and stuff. Satoko runs to the Oyashiro-sama statue in like the storehouse because she wants to like have her wish granted. Like she wants to have stuff go back to when it was good. Because, she does not like her life in this new school. She just lost her friend Rika, so she goes sees the Oyashiro-sama statue, and now she's transported into the spiritual world. So it's pretty interesting because we see, like, this kind of demon waifu girl. Her name, I think, is Featherine. This is, like, a reference to, like, the other When They Cry games. But you don't really need to know that too much to, like, understand what's happening. But basically, there's, like, this goddess. She's giving Satoko the power to time loop because she's just bored. And Satoko's like, yo, what's happening? Like, I don't understand. But then, it's explained that, like, now Satoko, if she dies, the time just resets. So I guess it's a way to have Satoko experience school life better because, like, Rika just keeps not being friends with her after they go to the all-girls school. So it's like Satoko is now just, like, being a looper as well to just, like, control like the best outcome of them being friends. So Satoko tries multiple times to have Rika not go to the school, but Rika is always going to study and go to the school. So then she asked Rika, hey, if I go to school with you, are you sure you won't like abandon me, help me study if I need it and stuff? And Rika's like, yeah, I promise to help you. So yeah, that's when Satoko's like, okay, she promises, so this time will be fine. But realize that this time is nothing has changed. Rika still is not friends with Satoko anymore. So yeah, it's kind of like both girls' fault because it's like Rika tries to help Satoko, but it's like kind of she's like taking pity on her since she has her own friends. Like she's like, hey Satoko, if you're not doing good at school, like I can help you. And you know how Satoko is really proud, so she doesn't want to feel inferior when she asks for help. So it's like both girls are at fault. But I guess it's Rika's fault for not taking the extra step to help Satoko even after promising her stuff. She tells Rika like, "Oh, that's you're going back on your promise. You're a liar." She hugs Rika, and then she snaps her fingers. Chandelier falls and it crushes both of them. So time gets looped again. So yeah, it's a very cool story that we finally get revealed, where both Rika and Satoko are time looping. Rika looping to save everyone in the village when they're younger, and Satoko looping to stay friends with Rika after like all of this school life is happening. So yeah, it shows that Rika she kind of forgets her ways because she's like intoxicated in the environment of stuck-up high school girls. And then Satoko is also like she's really stupid because it's like this is such a petty reason to time loop. You could remember the answers to the tests and stuff as you loop, so you don't have to study in school. But yeah, Satoko doesn't have the best memory, I guess. So it's like they're both kind of stuck in like this infinite loop. And then now like we know why. So yeah, just like a cool kind of bloody way to end it, just like a chandelier falling on both of them. I wonder what's gonna happen because now they're in the present time in school. Like I wonder if they're gonna confront each other about this. How are they gonna resolve this time loop? So yeah, I like what we have so far. Just like the story is always being very spicy, and like this mystery is kind of it feels pretty rewarding once we get all the information. It's like damn, so that's what's happening. Okay, so for Salsa Work season 2, episode 7 to 8, this is the finale. It ends at 8 episodes. I guess like this is all the content they have. Pretty comfortable, nice, just like short season where just like more Salsa Work, more stuff is being learned, and just like introduction of the same characters, just like doing new stuff, as well as the new character, the new Senki, the lactic acid bacteria that help fight off viruses and stuff. So yeah, in the ending, they defeat the cancer. The memory T cell couldn't fight the cancer at all because of the regulatory cell. She was blocking him. So then he does the perforin cannon punch, which is just like a normal punch, but it's like infused with his emotional powers. The regulatory cell like doesn't stop him, and now she sees that the cell is evil. Because the regulatory cell was kind of like that cute girl with like the swirly hair, and then she stops attacks on the body. Like she regulates the T cells because they can't attack the body cells. But since cancer is evil, as she can see that now, like they defeat the cancer. They all team up and beat him again. He showed up. He tried to be like a part of the body, but now he gets killed again the same way. Everything's back to normal. But yeah, you can't feel bad for cancer. So yeah, okay, bro, you died. But yeah, it's just like everything's back to normal. We get some decent character arcs this season though, just like not too much of the red blood cell actually, but we got the platelets in the beginning. We got some of the hair cells that we have no idea about. We had the cells that like protect the skin. We had a bunch of just like stomach bacteria as well. So yeah, there shows that your intestines and stomach, it's like there's a lot of bacteria there. It's kind of like a flora of bacteria. And then there's some opportunistic ones that like ally with whatever side is winning. Just like decent fun knowledge on the body, some vaccine information as well. I really enjoyed the first season more than the second season, just because the first season was like new and just like hit you with everything. Second season was nice casual watching. I would actually recommend watching this like casually, like on your own pace, like instead of weekly. So it's just like, oh, you can take in as much information as you want, and then you can stop if you get bored. But yeah, really quick 8 episode season. I guess just like it's a great continuation on Salsa Work since the same characters are there, just like doing new things. So yeah, really funny, really cool slice of life mix of action. There wasn't like too much animation, just like a bunch of still frames as well as just like cuts and then action. So yeah, the animation wasn't like amazing, but yeah, just like a chill season. So if you like the platelets, white blood cells, red blood cells, regulatory cells, just chilling, yeah, here you go, more cells that work for you. And now for The Promised Neverland, season 2, episode 7. So we're continuing on with Emma and Ray trying to convince Norman to stop killing the demons. Don't use this magic drug to turn them back into monsters. Norman explains about Mujika because they brought her up. She has a special blood, so she's like so she's kind of like the chosen one. It makes it so if she gives her blood to demons, it makes them vegan, so they get to retain their humanity while not being evil. So yeah, that's I guess it's good to know. It makes Mujika a very important character. And then the other demons in charge didn't like it, so they killed her. Well, like she escaped, but like yeah, they killed everyone she gave her blood to. So yeah, I guess it's like a cool introduction to demon politics in this world because it's like the demons want to make sure there's like poor villages and rich villages. They want to control the meat production and supply. So like the people they're like it's just like politically like driven. So I actually like that plot point. Just gives another layer to like the demons. They're not like mindless creatures. They want to retain their humanity, but they're also like the people on top are controlling everything. But yeah, since Mujika's alive, she's like pretty important. And then Emma kind of makes a deal with Norman where she's like, if I bring Mujika to you, can you stop your plan on killing the demons? And then Norman agrees. He gives them 5 days to find them, which is kind of like a short amount of time because they could be anywhere. But yeah, Emma, it kind of like, this is in line with her character again. She wants the peaceful way out. She sees that demons do have families. Like the ones eating them as well, like, they don't really have any other choice. So it's like, I kind of like appreciate her way of thinking. It's not like generic, like, oh, don't kill the evil people or we'll be just like them. It's kind of this like, oh, for survival, we can run to the human world. We can play this stealthily. Like, we don't have to kill everyone. We can just, like, sneak past all the demons, which is, like, a lot harder since, yeah, there's, like, gonna be demons that find them and you have to fight them. But, yeah, for survival, she would rather avoid killing them. But, yeah, all the other dudes that, like, got, experimented on by demons or just, like, scared of demons, they have no problem killing them. So, yeah, Emma's, like, way of thinking is, conflicting against everyone else's. But, yeah, she's, like, one of the main characters, so, like, her ideals will shine through. But yeah, anyway, they find out that the portals to the human world, they're all kind of closed off, and the last one is at the Grace Field House. So that's very convenient. The last portal to your home is the place where you like started from. So yeah, definitely a weird place to have it, but okay, like I guess I'm feeling what you're going for here. So yeah, it's revealed that Norman and the Lambdas as well, they're dying of seizures and blood loss. So yeah, they're just like unhealthy. Oh, this experiment is taking their toll on them, so that's why they want to escalate their plans. They just want to like do this before they die, kill all the demons. So yeah, you gotta feel bad for Norman. You see he's experimenting on all these demons. You don't really see how he does it. Again, this is like one of the big problems this season is suffering from. Besides all the stuff they skipped on the manga, it's just like stuff is happening so fast that you don't really appreciate how any of the characters do any of their planning. It's just like shown to you really quickly. I guess the only thing that's kind of okay is that like Emma's character is just like really strong. Her ideals, they don't change, and then they kind of make sense. It's like we don't want to kill the demons; they have families. Emma is like the one kind of good point of the story for me. But yeah, besides that, as a standalone story, it's like definitely rushed. Like the characters are consistent, but just like the plot is just like rushing so fast. The point that Norman is dying. Like this is another thing Emma wants to do. She wants to help Norman because Norman is like doing everything himself again, like sacrificing his life. Emma does not want him to do that. Norman says he'll still proceed with the plan even if they bring back Mujika. So yeah, I don't know where the plan is going at all. It's like a mess, but yeah, I'll just keep watching for Emma since she's like pretty good to cheer for. Okay, so for Doctor Stone season 2, episode 7, another cool episode where we get Yuzuriha being reintroduced to us. She's a master crafter. She can make clothes like at the speed of light. So yeah, that's her secret power, just like being a super artisan. And it's very cute because she has a special mission from Senku to fix the people that Tsukasa broke. So like you know how Tsukasa just like destroyed all those statues randomly? We don't know how many people he killed, but Yuzuriha is just like gluing them up together, just like very carefully because Senku realizes that their bodies, like even if it's destroyed, like if you bring the stone together and unmelt them, like it'll heal like their wounds and stuff. Yuzuriha is doing her special mission, Ukyo sees this and he wants to join them. So that's why he's a double agent, because he's kind of like a peaceful dude. He doesn't want people to die, but he's too weak to stop Tsukasa. So he's just like in Tsukasa's army, just trying to like maintain order and stop people from hurting each other. So yeah, Senku's a bloodless war. Like he talks to Senku, Ukyo, and then they talk in English, which is pretty funny. He tells them that, I'll join you, but you have to make sure no one dies, which is it. That's part of the plan. Also, we see that Yo runs away because he let Chrome escape, so he wants to reset his life again. He gives his eye patch to this guard, and then he says, "Oh, tell Tsukasa I died." And then, yeah, Tsukasa's kind of sad that this dude died. So he goes to the graveyard, and then he remembers all the people that died from Senku's poison gas, like the sulfuric acid, I think it was. Tsukasa, it's more kind of characterization for him. We know he's like a cool, tough guy, but he also like takes care of his people. Like he also doesn't want people to die. Like he hates fighting wars, but yeah, sometimes you got to do it to stop Senku. Yeah, that's interesting. But as he's in the graveyard, he sees that there was the phone that in Senku's grave. He pulls it out, and he realizes that Senku's is like plotting something. And yeah, Senku converted a lot of people to his side, Kyo included. But then Tsukasa and the spear dude are still there. But then yeah, since Senku has a free tank now, all these people converging, he's like, oh, we're gonna fight to take the miracle liquid cave. So yeah, a lot of plot progression, because this episode ends with them fighting to take the cave. They want to do it quickly. They have their paper cannon that can shoot one cannonball. So yeah, it's like they're really prepared for this. And then, but Tsukasa also knows something is happening, so they probably have to face him as well. There's like a bunch of cool stuff happening, a bunch of just like characters that you want to root for. I guess Yuzuriha's special mission is kind of like a waste, because it's like she's spending all this time to take care of just like maybe 20, 30 people that Tsukasa killed, when there's literally billions of people in the world. So I don't know how much that'll like affect stuff, but I guess since she did this, Ukyo joined the force, so that special mission will probably pay off. And then yeah, the fact that Yo left, is he gonna join Senku's team? Maybe. So yeah, all that is there as the Stone Wars does continue. Okay, so for the quintessential quintuplet, season 2, episode 8. So all the girls are dressed like Itsuki for their grandpa, and then Futaro realizes this, so he has to kind of like decipher which girl is who's Itsuki. And then all the girls, like, this is like the running joke, he can't tell them apart, even though they have distinct voices and mannerisms. But then yeah, he looks for who has a bruise on their leg, he sees it. It's Miku, but then yeah, he doesn't know any better, but then he asks their grandfather, because their grandfather can easily tell them apart. So he's like, how do you do this? And he's like, you do it with love. Where if you hang out with them long enough, you can see their mannerisms and stuff. But yeah, it's like, I hate this plot point, because Futaro, he's supposed to be like a smart dude, but he's oblivious to women, I guess, so he doesn't know how to tell people's voices and hairstyles apart. But yeah, besides that, like, we find out that if you can tell someone apart, like, you have love. Also, we get Nino talking to Ichika about love advice, because she won't back down, because she likes Futaro as a person. So yeah, it's just like, she's like a runaway train of love. And then Yotsuba also talks to Ichika. She says that Ichika's like really sad since she loves Futaro, but then, she can't really go against Nino. She's like too weak, too scared. But then Yotsuba reminds Ichika about how she was just like, she got what she wanted when she was younger. Like, she was like tough, strong, like the kind of like big sister. She took what she wanted. So now that she's like backing down, she should like do what she wants to do. So then yeah, Yotsuba's helping people out. So I guess Ichika is having some motivation to hang out with Futaro again. Also, Futaro finally figures out that Miku was the one that wanted Futaro out of their lives. So that once he figures this out, she hugs him. So it's like a sign of love between them, I guess. So yeah, just cool episode where all the quintuplets kind of talk to each other. Futaro kind of has like a way of like telling them apart. So now their vacation is over. A lot of spicy stuff happened, just like, I guess Nino straight up admitting her love. Ichika trying to like take Futaro as well, and Miku also like being in love but also being scared. So the story is going, the harem is going strong. So yeah, it's anyone's game at this point.